All right, I think we're live. Hello, everybody. We're doing it this way again because our streaming software does not seem to want to cooperate. Jake, say something. Let's see if they could hear you.
Yeah, what's up? Can you hear me?
All right, let's see. Change stream name to Lock Before Live, says Philip de Patrizio. Very funny, sir. Yeah, no, we are live right now. We are going to try to do this as best we can. The same way I did it with Josh last week, where I'm going to awkwardly prop up my phone in the hopes that we can hear Jake and me and do something resembling a normal broadcast because, God damn it, we're professionals here at Awesemo.com. All right, I think we're in a position now where there's something here. Chat, I can see you. Let's see. I'm sure there are people bitching. I feel bad for the people who pay a lot to see this happen all the time. This is free, Marino for life, so don't you worry. This is always a free channel. There's not anybody paying for it. The premium content is what you pay for, which you can get with a promo code. Promo code Contrary gets you a premium membership to Awesemo.com. All of our ownership projections, rankings, premium content from Awesemo himself, including an article that he has up today chronicling the top stacks for the day. All at your fingertips. Promo code Contrary will get you 1 week free, so go check that out. But Jake, I think the people can hear you. Nobody's confirmed that in the chat, but let's assume that's the case. What are you doing at pitcher tonight? Actually, no, home run picks first. Let's do it. We're already late with that. Let's do home run picks.
All right, you want to do home run picks?
Yep.
Hear me? Can you hear me, Chris?
I can hear you, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Wonder who you're paying to watch this. Yeah, where are you paying to watch this, by the way?
Probably that Crush DFS guy. Fake Awesemo on Twitter.
Yeah. Home run pick. Dude, I had one, and then now I'm all flustered. Let's see. Is it cheating to take Nelson Cruz against Martin Perez?
No, not at all. That's fine.
All right. Yeah. He's been really cold lately, yes.
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit, but he has been cold, yes. But stick with him. It's your instinct. Your instinct told you to go with Nelson Cruz.
That's it. That's my pick.
All right. My pick, I don't have my guys in front of me right now because my phone is being used to film this. So I am going to go with, I'm going off the top of my head. Oh, man. See, now the top of my head, it's telling me to go to Coors. You know what? If I win, I'll win with a tainted victory of a double dong in Coors. David Dahl, step on up. You are my final home run pick for the year.
Coors Field. You're resorting to Coors Field to try to beat me.
Yes, I am. So Jake right now is in the lead by 1 home run. I would need to hit a double dong to beat him with him not getting a home run today. But that is our final product for the year. It looks like Jake is going to pull out a win. Josh safely in 3rd place. Josh obviously terrible at this game, but David Dahl hopefully not. If I win on David Dahl, it'll be the most bullshit win ever, and I'll be so happy.
David Dahl is going to double dong, and then Nelson Cruz is going to hit a living one to win it for me.
Just like a line drive right over.
Yeah.
People in the chat talking about stuff. Chat, give us questions, not debate the value of the Awesemo.com stream. I appreciate that. Also, like, for some reason, I think I have different chats. Like, this is actually weird. There's a chat on my phone which is saying different things than the one. Oh, you know what? That's why. Okay, I got it. Switch it to the new chat, guys. I gotcha.
Can they see you or just hear us?
They can see me. They see me from a very unflattering angle, which is like beneath my face and to the left. But they can see me and they can hear you through my phone.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm a member. This is becoming a problem. You don't pay for this. No one paid. Okay. Well, another time. Pitching today. Can you hear me?
Yep. Go ahead.
Can you hear me well?
Yep.
All right. Pitching today. So my exposures go Corbin, Giolito, LeBlanc, all up top over 30%. Glass now just under 30. And then I've got Oswalt. I ended up with more Zach Davies than I wanted. and then kind of close it out with Fulte, Clevenger, and then just one lineup of each of Berea and Urena. So pretty tight pitcher pool for the most part, like 4 guys taking up the majority of my ownership. Where did you end up?
So I actually have no Urania. I might have one Urania. There was one guy you said you were stacking who I completely brain farted on. Berea. I hate Berea. I think he's been really bad down the stretch. I think Oakland obviously they might not be playing for something by the time their game rolls around, but theoretically they are playing for something still. They can take the advantage of the wild card home field advantage. God. I think overall to me, Bari is a total non-play, and actually Oakland's one of my favorite stacks of the day. Otherwise, a pitcher, I have a ton of the Brewers guy whose name currently escapes me because I'm very flustered by having to move all these things around.
Davies.
Yep, Davies. Davies is going to be the highest owned pitcher on the slate, and I don't really care. I think he's still a fantastic value. The deeper dive guys talked about it a little more length. Just the price, it seems like he should be at least 6,500 or so. He's much cheaper. I don't care if he's chalk. I think for a night like tonight going against Detroit, I think it makes sense. I also have a fair amount of Ryu. Who else? A little bit of Giolito. I think Giolito is also an interesting pivot off of the ownership that's going to be on Oswalt and on Davies. And that's about it. Though I do have actually a lot of anti-Oswalt stacks, or a fair amount, even though the Marlins are not hitting well. Oswalt to me grades out as a pretty poor pitcher, and I do think there might be some hope there for the top of the order against him.
You want to stack against Oswalt, or you want to play hitters against him?
Yep. I mean, I'm doing both. I'm playing a little bit of them. I'm probably with the field, but I also have some Miami stacks because I don't really trust them on my lineups.
Yeah, I like Real Muto quite a bit. And then I think Anderson's fine. I prefer him against lefties, and it's not like he's super cheap, but it'd mostly be Real Muto and maybe a Peter O'Brien if you're doing a 2-man stack or something, or a dynamic duo type of thing. What do you think of the Yankees stack? I
do like the Yankees today. I think the Yankees are a pretty strong play overall. The price, I think, is interesting because if you do go to them and let's say, some part of the Rockies stack, you're pretty much off of the Garrett Cole higher price pitcher train. And I do think there is kind of upside in that value. But yeah, overall to me, I think the Yankees are interesting. I don't know if I own enough of them though.
Yeah, I ended up with about 10%, and I was really happy with that. I think Josh and I talked this morning. We wanted to be over the field. Just Brian Johnson, not that great of a pitcher, even though I was on him heavily that one start.
He's been good in relief.
Yeah, he's fine, but he's probably gonna go 3 or 4 innings if things go well. And I don't think he's really any good at all. The Yankees hitters, everyone just rakes lefties. So.
All right. Steven Jam, enough, man. You're really just being now he's just trying to be a troll because I said he's annoying, and it's not gonna work. Sorry.
What's going on?
I don't know. I'm just it's not the day to be annoying in chat. This is how you get banned forever in chat, when you're annoying on a day where we're trying to make it work on the last fucking day of baseball. Who are the chalky pitchers today? The chalky pitchers today, obviously the most one is Zach Davies. As we talked about, his price in combination of the matchup and a very low Vegas total for the Tigers make a lot of sense. So that ownership is going to be very high. And he is also an A value in Osmo's rankings, so there is still upside there. As far as the other owned pitchers, it seems like it's pretty evenly split. Is there anybody, Jake, who has some ownership who you're fully fading?
Fully fading? I mean, I'm pretty much fully fading Garrett Cole, which is kind of scary, but I mean, for him to kill me, it's got to be 40-plus points. And then Corbin and Fulte and Clevenger all just kind of don't do anything crazy, or Ryu for that matter. So I guess the 2 highest price pitchers, Cole and Ryu. As far as stacks, if I'm fading anyone, I kind of with the chalk. I love Seattle, Colorado, Milwaukee. We both like Oakland. Just talking about the Yankees. And then I do have some Houston, but I think I'm going to crunch one more time and lower the exposure just because I'm worried about them getting pinch hit for. Mm-hmm. I don't know that they have nuclear upside if they're not hitting home runs. And I don't think Hess is that bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, Hess is definitely not a great pitcher. I actually am mostly fading Houston tonight. No particular reason. I just do think Hess is not that bad. And Houston, again, one of those teams that doesn't have a ton to play for. Yeah, and as Aldrine in the chat says, Hess has had a roller coaster-like season. I actually would agree with that, and I think tonight is a day where he's going to want to show in his last start of the year. And, you know, I think that gets him closer to mediocrity than it does getting completely rocked.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to end up under the field on the Astros. I didn't see in our last update, are they super chalky again?
They are not super chalky, but some ownership on Bregman and Altuve.
Okay, cool. So that's lowered, I think, a little bit from this morning, just because you can fit them in pretty easily if you get one of Correa, White, or like Maldonado in there.
How are you feeling about Clevenger overall, given that he's one of the higher-owned pitchers on the slate? I think, is he more owned than Cole? He's got a lot of ownership and probably at least as much ownership as everybody else besides Davies.
I think Clevenger, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with this matchup for him. The problem is if Merrifield and Mondesi get on, they're just stealing or attempting every single time. The weather's good for him. I think there are certainly some strikeouts in here, but a few left-handed bats too. It's not a super righty-heavy lineup, which I prefer when playing Clevenger. And then he's just too closely priced to Corbin for me to go to him significantly. So I have, you know, way more Corbin than Clevenger or Cole or any of these guys. Right now, I'm looking at 5% for Clevenger.
What about stacks? What are your most owned stacks of the day so far?
Seattle, number one, Colorado, Milwaukee, the Yankees, Oakland, Houston, then Atlanta, and then everyone else is 5% or lower. I do have a few Dodgers stacks in there. Yeah, so you're not going there, right? Dodgers?
No, actually, I do have a little bit of Dodgers tonight. I think Bumgarner actually hasn't been that good down the stretch run here. And the Dodgers obviously are playing for something. It's not a fantastic matchup, but they're priced down. And that is kind of appealing to me. There are also some BVP stats, which, again, not something we look at. But I did see that there was some interesting thing for the Dodgers going against Bumgarner as well. And I think for Kike Hernandez in particular, he has a pretty good run. I would have liked him anyway. But, again, as an accessory to already liking him, I thought that was interesting to note. Oh, there we go. Sean B. all in on Mad Bum. I don't see it for Bumgarner tonight, personally. Swinging strike rates falling off of a cliff. And again, if you don't get the Dodgers to strike out and get them to strike out hard, I think that could be problematic for him. He is in a pitcher's park, so that'll benefit him a little bit. But I do like the Dodgers a little and at very low ownership. Madison went to the manager and asked. Sean V going full narrative. Madison went to the manager and asked for this start. Jake, does that bump Bumgarner up your rankings?
No, that's good for him, but it's just, I don't know. It's just such a deep lineup, and they're fighting for a playoff spot. They're going to be locked in. So there's your narrative for being locked in. And I just don't think Bumgarner's been the same pitcher that we're accustomed to seeing. People still think this is 2015 or whatever when he was just absolutely dominant every time out. He's just not that pitcher, especially not against righties. Does give up a bunch of hard contact. It's a good pitcher's park, but there's a lot of parks that are going to be playing really well to pitchers tonight. So I'm just going with a super high upside team on a couple flyers with full stacks for the Dodgers.
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. So one thing that jumps out with Bumgarner is swinging strike rate down to 6.2% over the last couple of weeks. His hard contact rate up to 46.3%. And as Jake mentioned, it's always been pretty high versus righties. And again, this is a lineup full of righties who are hitting pretty well, at least over the course of the year, if not right now. But a lot of the guys are hitting well right now, too. It's not an ideal spot to me again for Bumgarner, even if he is in a pitcher's park. And, yeah, I have no issue taking some Dodgers, and you don't have to take a lot to get above the field on him as well. Some questions in the chat about Tyler Glasnow, Jake, your boy. Is Glasnow only pitching 3 innings is one question. And do you have any love for Glasnow?
I didn't see anything about Glasnow pitching only 3 innings. Yeah, he's my tied for third highest exposed pitcher on the slate. It's just super high upside spot, really low total against him, great park. A lot of strikeouts in this Toronto lineup, and Glasnow, like, he's done it in tougher matchups, like against Cleveland, and this is about as good of a matchup as you can ask for. I mean, you'd like a few more righties in there, but he's someone that when he's going, he can get you 30-plus points. I think he's got that kind of upside tonight. Whether he achieves it is to be seen, but I'm well overweight on Glass now. I've got 31% right now.
There's a lot of Glass now. I don't mind Glass now, but yeah, I didn't quite get there price-wise. I had to spend a lot of my money on Tommy Pannone, so I couldn't quite get to Glass now. No, just like I liked the bats too much on the slate, and Glass now didn't work a ton for me if I was trying to get to a decent SP2 that I liked. So not a lot of Glass now for me. But there is, but I do have a lot of Tommy Pannone, and I don't know. How do you feel about Tommy Pannone, Jake?
I don't have any. He's someone I think I crossed him off. Let me check.
God damn it.
If I didn't, he didn't come up, so I guess I don't really need to check. I don't have any Pan 1, as Josh and I like to call him. I don't think he's got great stuff. I mean, this Rays team has been really, really good as of late, so for 6,700, I just didn't see the need to go there. Like, I'd rather play Davies, I'd much rather play Oswalt, and I'd much rather play Giolito.
So here's the logic for me. Not a bad team total. The Rays brought out a lot of lefties for this matchup. Pannone has been pretty good this year versus lefties, getting 10.1 Ks per 9 versus lefties, compared to just 5.2 versus righties. So he has been really strong versus lefties again. A lot of the tough hitters in the lineup today are lefty. Really the one I think you have to worry about is Tommy Pham. He's been hitting extremely well. But Pannone, I don't know. I think he's got upside at the price. I think he makes some sense. And I think if you are trying to fit in a bunch of really good bats, because bats will probably win you this slate, I think Pannone is a guy who can make sense at under 5% ownership. But I don't know. I also had 75% Jason Vargas yesterday, so I feel good about that. Recovered from the debacle of Dylan Bundy and co. Dylan Bundy, not the best.
Just as a side note, looking at my hitter exposures, so I've got Cruz, he's my highest exposed hitter on the slate, and then Haniger, okay? Then it's your boy, David Dahl. So
great. A great home run pick. A great and noble home run pick, especially.
I'm rooting for you. Not to jinx anything, but our connection sounds pretty good, right?
No, it does. Right now, it does.
Okay. That's really weird. I don't know what's going on, but good stuff.
Yeah.
You need to see more of me anyways.
Still loading, says Martini. Yeah, you do look Mitch Trubisky. That is what the buzz on the streets.
I look like Mitch Trubisky?
That was what somebody in the stream yesterday with Josh said.
Dude, you should see my brother.
Oh, really?
He looks like Mitch Trubisky.
Is he like a bigger dude? He fits the build?
He just, like, I never heard I have, but if you saw him, you'd be like, oh, that guy looks way more like Mitch Trubisky than you do.
I could see that.
It's incredible.
I didn't think Josh thought it was an insult. I thought it was actually mostly a compliment because, like, I think Trubisky's not a bad-looking guy. Some photos of he does look kind of like a meathead, like just a big waterhead kind of guy. But so that wouldn't be the best, but it meant the positive stuff.
Yeah. I'll take the positive stuff. Whatever.
I bet he throws better than Trubisky. That might be true, though. Osimo does say, by the way, check out the On the Contrary this week with me, Evan Silva, and Osimo. Osimo breaks down actually why he thinks Mitch Trubisky is a good play. I thought that last week. I got burned by it pretty bad versus the Cardinals. So, yeah. Oh, Travis.
What's the first few?
Sorry, Travis said, I thought you can't pick Coors for home runs. It's an honor thing, and honor is out the window when it's the last game of the year, and we're trying to win this.
Chris is just cheating to try to win. Like, not cheating, you're not trying. That's how the Patriots built their dynasty, so Chris is trying to build his the same way.
This is my Spygate. Me and David Dahl were just filming you and getting your home run picks. I like how Josh didn't even show up for it. Though. Like, I know Josh is actually doing a real life thing. I think Josh actually has a friend in town he was hanging out with. But Josh couldn't even show his face for the last home run pick of the year. He's so far behind. Why even try? Why even try, Josh? Feels good. Feels good that he didn't win. I'll tell you that much.
It's like both of you were like rooting me in some way, rooting for me in some way, because you're both rooting against each other, and I ended up, hopefully I end up binking. So I'd rather have a tournament win anyways than this silly game that we do.
No, it's true. I think what we said yesterday was that, like, you wouldn't taunt us about it, whereas, like, Josh and I obviously would talk so much shit about it that it would get unbearable, so it's probably for the best. But what are you going to do? Your honor and dignity is much better than either of Josh or I having that crown of dongs. Oh, God. Let's see. Is Jake only doing NHL streams after MLB is done?
Yes, sir. Put your skates on. Come hang out in NHChat. I don't know. I honestly have no idea what to expect as far as how popular the streams are going to be. But we have myself and more importantly, we have Homer Tweet. He's just a phenomenal player. Like one of the guys that I've looked up to. Like I actively seek out lineups when I'm going and looking at slates. But he kind of reverse engineer his lineup, so now I get to pick his brain on stream, and hopefully I contribute some useful stuff as well. I think the streams are going to be really fun. We've met each other before in person, so it'll be cool to do a show together.
A fun username too, representative of The Simpsons. Also, Jake's audio is cutting out a little bit there, so that's why it sounds choppy. Fortunately, this is why we are doing the stream from my phone, is because we had some connection issues, some streaming software issues. Everybody just trying to fuck us. Do you know what the NHL show schedule is yet? Because I don't know what we're doing for NBA either. I don't think any of it's been decided. But if you know, you should probably tell the people.
Yeah, let me pull it up. So I don't have an exact time just yet, but the plan is, the tentative plan right now is, so we have from A to B from 2:30 Eastern to 3:30 Eastern. Then we'll jump on at 3:30 Eastern till 45 to an hour, somewhere in the 3:30 to 3:45 Eastern to 4:30 Eastern. Then it's all back from there. So I think we have 2 basketball shows. Is that right?
I have no idea. Nobody told me anything.
Like we'll probably have Josh will be on the live before lock, or maybe it's just one show and it's extended. I don't know how it's working, but your NBA time for you guys that are worried, it will not be encroached against. And then I'll come on the live stream probably on the bigger slates, like the Tuesday, Thursday, where it's smaller NBA slates, and just kind of recap what I'm looking at for about 5 to 10 minutes, then get out of there. You guys can react to any late breaking news. You can watch Josh scramble through his crunch, and it'll be a good time.
Yeah, there we go. Brandon T, are you playing preseason NBA today? I don't think so, Brandon T, but Fast Steady will be coming on after us to talk a little preseason NBA and this Hornets-Boston game. I think NBA preseason is a little easier than NFL to dig into and not feel like you're totally overwhelmed. And Fast Steady is a great asset for that, so go check it out when he goes live. But I just feel like it's a little too degenerate. I'll probably watch it, but I don't think I want to play it just because I'm investing in football right now. We'll get on NBA when it actually matters, I think is how I feel.
Yeah, for sure. Do we have any more baseball questions?
Nothing good. Steven JM asking Reyes or McKinney for cash, but we don't know the site, so that's not the most helpful. But
Reyes?
Yeah, I guess.
McKinney?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Reyes. Okay. Apparently, Victor Reyes.
I guess.
For cash, I would probably go McKinney. I mean, I wish he had some sort of stolen base upside.
Franmil Reyes. Franmil Reyes.
Franmil. I think I would rather go McKinney. He did have a steal last game. So literally anybody, I could go out there, take a walk on glass now and steal on him. And I'm not the fastest guy in the world. I'm pretty sure anyone that works the site could steal on glass now.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd probably go Franmil just because I didn't play Corbin today, and I don't know. I think I did play Glass now, so that's for me. It'd be Franmil, I guess. Let's go Celtics. Hayward and Irving are back. They are back. They'll be very exciting for Celtics fans. They should be a fun team, but they're also probably not going to play a lot today, so keep that in mind. They're probably all going to play 20 minutes. Raptors taking the East this year. People just want to talk NBA. Which base? Oh, here we go. Reese McGuire better than Rowdy Tellez.
I like Rowdy if you're going there.
Yeah, I'm not playing any Toronto today. Jake has said that, or Josh has said to Jake that Fangraphs had only Glass now projected for 3 innings.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I listened to some of the show before. I listened to Adam and Lofty talk about Glass now. They didn't say anything about that, so I'm assuming he's a full go. I mean, he went 98 pitches his last start, 86 the start before that. Him and Snell are pretty much the only guys they're using as true starters, so I would expect that to continue. And my favorite player in the world, Adam Engel, just got scratched. If you guys pull all your shares, unreg, because Adam Engel is out of the lineup.
Would you use LeBlanc for a cash SP2?
Yes, I think that's fine, actually. I mean, I'd rather go with like Davies, but I guess if you have the extra money and you like the rest of your team, yeah, I think LeBlanc is pretty safe. I actually like LeBlanc a lot. I have him in this is tournament, so it's a little different, but 33% of my lineups, just above glass now.
Yeah, I think Davies is definitely the obvious SP2 pivot, but if you think for some reason Davies is going to get blown up, I guess you can go that way. But for cash, I would think you just want to get Davies off the table and take whatever that ownership's going to be. Let's see. Giolito and Davies with a full Brewers/Rocky stack. I approve of that, Alex. I think I went to a lot of the cheaper pitchers and overpriced bats. Not enough Brewers today, but a lot of Yankees, Rockies. What about you, Jake? Are you going Giolito tonight at all?
Yeah, he's actually, let's see. Oh, I just closed my crunch. Let me reopen it. I think he's my highest owned pitcher, right alongside Corbin. So I really like that pivot from Davies. I don't think Davies should be significantly higher owned. I don't think Oswalt should be either. So I've got Giolito, then both Oswalt and Davies.
Steven J. Brewers showing up, being low owned on Osmo. Would we think that is actually the case in such a good spot? They're actually, I mean, if you look at Osmo's top stack percentage article, they're one of his top stacks as well. So that is, they are low owned. I don't know why they're low owned. I feel like that was also something I didn't land on them, but then I've kind of forced them in there because they're back at home in a must-win game for them, or maybe not a must-win, but a want-to-win game for them. I'm surprised the Brewers aren't more owned.
I think they may come in higher than what we have them at right now. It's going to be tough to get the
Well, what the fuck?
And the rest of the guys aren't like dirt cheap. You got Aguilar in there. I just thought they were cheaper earlier today. I just thought they would be chalk, and that's not going to be the case. So I don't know. I mean, just enjoy your Brewer shares. I would say I think they're an awesome stack.
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised by that if they're not high owned. Again, that is a positive matchup coming at Miller Park, and then they also, Zimmerman just not very good. Has been giving up a ton of home runs lately, even by his standards. 7.5% home run rate over the last couple weeks, and he's generally at 4.4% anyway, so he's just terrible regardless. You should have more Brewers. Everybody should have more Brewers, and I'm surprised we don't. It must be an outfield thing because like everybody's going Rockies, everybody's going Yankees, and then you don't have room for Yelich and co.
Yeah, that definitely could be it. I mean, a lot of positions, not today actually, they took away Moustakas' first and third. So maybe that makes it a little bit more difficult. I don't know. They're really fine for me. They're one of my favorites.
Yep. Any Eric Lauer for you, Jake? He's also at another price that kind of works. He's in Tommy Pannone range.
I don't want then, but I don't have any of either.
Okay. I have like one or two Eric Lauers. I think he's okay. You know, again, if you're having a ton of Pannone like me, it makes sense to have Eric Lauer. But if you're a smarter person who's not going with any Tommy Pannone, then you probably don't need much Eric Lauer.
Pannone complete game shutout.
He's been throwing like 110 pitches a game, and that was one thing where I was like, fine, if he's going to throw a lot of pitches, I don't know that it's going to help him because he's probably not going to go deep anyway. But at least he can. At least he has the potential to.
The Mariners will be a slate winning stack like 2 times. Well, if you're on them every day, then you're going to win the slate two times. That's pretty good. I'll take 2 tournament wins per year if I'm playing really low volume.
Also, yeah, just one more plug real fast. We are going to turn it over to Fast Eddie soon. Check out his Twitter, too. There are some promos he's running for NBA on his Twitter. He's got a little bit of a fan vice following left over still. So people have been using those. But go check them out if you are waiting to get in on something here. And we do have the 1-week trials as well. Again, 1-week free trial for pretty much any version of the Osmo Premium memberships. Use promo code CONTRARY, CONTRARY on Osmo.com when you sign up, and you'll get 1 week free of any of our different offerings. Jake, do you think Rasmus Dahlin will give the Sabres a chance at not sucking this year?
I'd like to see him play a few games. They're probably going to suck. Just suck less. They've actually got a kid from my high school that plays now on the Sabres, which is kind of funny. but that's just a side note. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be better than last year, which isn't saying much. They were god-awful last year.
And that's all Rasmus Dahlin, a person who I did not know existed until 1 second ago. Sean V, advocating against stacking against Perez. How do you feel about stacking against Perez? Obviously, he's not playable tonight. He's not stretched out enough. He's not going to go long. But how about stacking against Perez tonight?
I love stacking against Perez, just in general. Most nights, the stack's not going to work against any pitcher, so you could say that about anyone. I mean, no one gets lit up more than 50% of the time. No one gets lit up more than, like, 30% of the time. So, I mean, that just sounds like a cognitive bias that he has, so that's fine.
Okay. What? Sean V, you're saying the opposite? I'm confused. What? Sean V, whatever you said, Jake just gave his take on it. We got 1 minute left. Do you have any last-minute questions? Get them in. This is the final MLB stream of the Live Before Lock year, but Jake will be doing one tomorrow. He'll be doing one tomorrow with EMAC, right? One strategy show?
Yep.
All right, so
11 Eastern.
So there. 11 Eastern tomorrow. Tune in for Jake and EMAC doing a strategy show. Hopefully the connection will hold up and be better. Otherwise, EMAC's going to have to do it on his phone, and it's probably like he uses like a big iPad or something. It's all real awkward. Drew N, are you betting on the Celtics-Hornets game? I'm not betting on it, but Fast Eddie coming up next. We'll give you some more details on that, Drew N. It's not preseason, not for me.
Yeah, we're supposed to get out of here.
Yeah. We'll get out.
Soon.
We're getting out on time. It's 7. There we go. 7:05 on the dot. All right, we're locked, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching all season long. This is the final MLB Live Before Lock show. Jake will be back for NHL stuff. I'll be back for NBA stuff. Obviously, I'll also be here on Sunday for NFL Live Before Lock. But we do appreciate you riding with us throughout the majority of the MLB year, especially on a show in which I'm talking to you on the camera of my iPhone X. Don't have the new one. Not going to upgrade this year. But I do have this, and I do appreciate you guys tuning in and sticking with us. Jake, any parting words for the folks before we end this MLB Live Before Lock season?
Yeah, thanks for listening all year, tolerating us, tolerating our technical difficulties that just seem to happen at the end of the year. Stuff's just not working for whatever reason, but powering through. We'll be back tomorrow, EMAC and myself. We'll still have some playoff content when the slate calls for it. Don't waste your money on MLB showdowns. Play other sports. Play NBA. Play NHL. There's edges out there, and we can help you find them, hopefully. So, yeah, thanks for spending time with us, and go Nelson Cruz.
Okay, go David Dahl, the bravest home run pick of the year. And yeah, thank you guys again, and we will see you again soon. Good luck out there. All right. I always forget how to leave it.